Stand by.
Hello? Yeah.
We hear you, CRN moderator, but can you raise the volume a bit?
Yes.
Okay, we did bring it up.
Yeah, please bring the volume up.
Okay, I just brought it up 5 dB.
The views expressed are solely those of the speaker and not necessarily those of Paltalk.com, AVM software, or its advertisers.
News Talk is online. News Talk Online is a production of Paltalk.com, the largest multimedia interactive program on the internet with more than 4 million unique users. On demand on iTunes and on YouTube and on my blog, GaryBaumgarten.com, where you are encouraged to post your comments, whether you agree with yours truly or not. And thanks to our good friends at CRN Digital Talk Radio, we are syndicated into 12 million additional households. I am your host, Gary Baumgarten. We welcome you to the show. Today's topic is Pakistan, an ally of the United States of America. An ally, ladies and gentlemen, an ally that the United States Armed Forces have invaded with temporary incursions and bombings in the quest for terrorists, Taliban and Al-Qaeda, who have fled from north of Pakistan into the south to go into Pakistan from Afghanistan, and we're going to take a look at what that means for U.S.-Pakistani relationships. Our guest today is the former ambassador to the United Nations from Pakistan, Munir Akram, who is very concerned about the situation. Ambassador Akram, welcome to News Talk Online on Paltalk.com.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Good.
Okay, and he is really, really low. We cannot hardly hear him, our good friends at CRN who are doing the phone patch. So if you can obviate that issue, that would be marvelous. And hopefully we will hear you, Mr. Ambassador. You say that the fact that the United States is coming in without the permission of your country is potentially forcing the Pakistani armed forces to defend itself against the United States armed forces, and we would have allies fighting allies. Is this actually happening at this time?
Well, I don't think it has happened so far, but the potential for such a thing happening is obviously there. If even an ally intervenes in the territory of another sovereign country, obviously that country is not going to accept that if it is a self-respecting country. And Pakistan is that, and Pakistan has therefore declared that it is that it will defend itself, that it will defend its territory against any form of intervention. And that raises a problem.
Well, interestingly,
if the United
yes,
States,
sir.
No,
well, I think it raises a problem for a lot of people, right? Yes. Well, yesterday the United States dispatched. Yes, sir. I was going to say yesterday the United States dispatched the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Admiral Mike Mullen, to Pakistan to talk to your Prime Minister. He was going to give assurances that this would not happen again. And then in the northwest of Pakistan, there was a missile strike. Do we know for certain that the United States launched that strike even while Admiral Mullen was in country, promising that we would not, our government would not be conducting any more incursions without your government's permission?
Well, first of all, I'm not totally privy to what Admiral Mullen conveyed to our authorities, whether such assurances were indeed conveyed or not. Certainly, our authorities must have conveyed our our anger and frustration at the continued U.S. strikes. At the same time, there is no confirmed information as to the strike yesterday. It is presumed that this was another strike from a predator, and if so, it is obviously not a very helpful development while Admiral Mullen was indeed in the country.
We are told through some of the media reporting that we are reading here, I'm sure you're aware of it as well, that the United States is concerned that the intelligence services of Pakistan are playing a dual role, some of them, and they're leaking information back to the Taliban and Al-Qaeda operatives, and that is the reason why the United States presumably is going into your country without permission, because they're fearful that any move that they make will be telegraphed right back to the enemy.
Yes, but this, I think, this is what is being said. But the fact of the matter is that it was Pakistani intelligence which has captured over 600 Al-Qaeda operatives from that region. We have identified, and the U.S. has been able to capture or target and all the top leadership of the Al-Qaeda, except for the number 1 and number 2 we haven't got. Now this cooperation has been going on for the last 6 years, and if certainly there was trust and very close cooperation between the intelligence agencies of the U.S. and Pakistan. And now all of a sudden, because the U.S. is not succeeding in Afghanistan, because the situation is deteriorating, all of a sudden an excuse is found that the problem is indeed in Pakistan and that we don't trust the Pakistani agencies, and therefore we are going to go and intervene against Pakistan. I think there is something wrong with this argument. You cannot ask Pakistan for cooperation and mutual confidence and